Hello and welcome aboard another exciting fluid art ride. Today I'm going to try something I've never seen done before, although it probably already has been. I'm going to try making a yin-yang symbol using fluid art-ish paint and techniques. It's not easy to see in the picture here, but I used fabric bubble paint to trace out my pattern in an attempt to contain the fluid paints once I started pouring. It will become obvious fairly quickly that I did not prepare sufficient amount of paint, and I'm going to have to try and improvise. Much of today's video is a demonstration on how to try and fix a pour when you didn't think it through properly enough before starting. It did kind of work out to my benefit because the blue didn't have enough variation, so adding white definitely gave more of a pattern in the end. It also becomes clear that my paint is way too thick. As you can see, it is barely moving. I have sped it up a little bit so you don't have to sit here and stare at it like I did. And even with the extra speed, you can see it is still incredibly slow. Smudging of the paint is definitely not what I was looking for, so I'm trying to think of some way to improve this without smudging. And more paint is always the right answer, right? The bubble paint did not work quite as well as I thought it would, so there's definitely some cleanup required. For some reason, the recording of the two little dots didn't save, so here's what it looks like after I finished it. I did make much thinner paint this time. To be honest, I really didn't think this through very well. The blue paint was still wet and the yellow and orange paint just didn't go where I wanted it to. And again, the bubble paint was not providing as much of a barrier as I wanted. I thought blowing the paint, given that it was so thin, might work, but as you can tell it smudged the pattern, so I gave that up pretty quickly. Nope, still doesn't work. I have no idea why I decided to try it yet again when I'd already decided it didn't work. And it didn't work. The bubble paint seemed like such a good idea at the time. Perhaps I didn't use enough of it, but it definitely didn't create enough of a barrier. I think at this point I was just going out of my mind and decided to try a traditional tilt. Seriously, it was thin paint. I don't know why it wasn't moving. So I painted the outside and the bubble paint black with a brush, and this is the final result. I think the circles are too small and not spaced correctly, but I do like the colours that got in the yin and the yang. Thank you for joining me today. If you would like to see me stumble through more paintings, please click the subscribe and bell so you can be notified the next time I decide to embarrass myself.